Hey y'all, we're back for day 4 of Keep the Crumbs, I'll Take the Bread. Today, I'm gonna do my hair and get ready for work while we talk about the bread loop that I accidentally created. So pretty much, I accidentally built a money machine, internal money machine from my bad habits. If you see me looking down, I'm just looking at my notes to talk about because I'll ramble. So I'm not saving money essentially with this money box thing that I've been doing for the past couple of days. I'm really just recycling it back into myself. Impulse just becomes income, it doesn't become regret, because regret is what leads me to feel like none of this matters and I don't have to get right, you know what I mean? Right now I'm just paying myself for self-control, essentially. I'm just putting all the money that I would have put out into the world and never seen again back into me. So last night I flopped. I had kind of a chill day yesterday. I've been doing a lot of thinking and introspection, and yesterday I took a nap. I just took a little break, because my brain was just everywhere. I just needed to integrate the information before I put more in. So yesterday I bought a vape. It was only $7 though. It was literally my last thing. It was 50% off, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna just go get another one, and then this will be my last one. I smoked with my cousin, and I had urges, but I still ended up getting $112 in the money box in 4 days. Pretty much, if I wouldn't have flopped, I would have only had $15 from not buying a vape, and then $5 from beating urges, and then $5 from not smoking. So that would have been $25. But instead, I ended up getting $32 from from price matching with the vape. That was $7, and then beating urges, that was $5, and then smoking put $20 in the box. So I ended up making more from bad behavior than I did from good behavior. And that's kind of reframing my whole perspective for me. And it's also it's making me not feel the shame and guilt that I would have felt that would have led me to quitting this whole thing. So what is the loop? The loop is pretty much, I'm not sending money out away from me and to never be seen again. I'm just recycling it and putting it back into me, So I have a flow chart, and I'm going to show y'all pretty much what's happening. Now, the old system was, we'd get money, we'd send it out, we'd have an impulse, we'd send it out, we'd get a new vape, and we just restart the whole cycle, feel sucky about ourselves, just stay in the same loop. The new loop for this flow chart is, if I have an impulse, it goes into the box. The box goes into my savings. My savings goes into my goal account. My goal account money goes into school. School allows me to keep continuing my education. Me continuing my education leads to me having a higher income. Me having a higher income leads to more discipline. Me actually seeing the tangible results from it leads to more discipline, and more discipline leads to more money. So pretty much, I'm not losing any money. I'm gaining more, but I'm not losing it. I'm just changing where it goes. It doesn't go outward into the world to never be seen. It just comes back to me. It literally just recycles and comes back to me every time. With the guilt and shame. Another flow chart. Before, when I would mess up, I'd feel like shit, and then I'd shame spiral, and then I'd give up, and then we don't get back to being on track for until the next year, But now, if I mess up, I pay myself. I get motivation from seeing the box number increase, and then it makes me keep going. So failure is pretty much just like a feature of the system. Like if you think about a computer, computers have different features that can look like failures, but at the same time they help the system keep running. Like a computer has a feature where like it doesn't stay on. You have to charge it, you know? You have to charge it, you have to keep coming back or else it's gonna die. So like it's the same thing. It's really just a feature of the system, you know? There are failures, there are gonna be failures involved, but it's not a bug. It's not like the computer dying is a bug or like a fluke or like a mess up in the system. It's just the computer died and it needs to recharge itself. And well, you need to charge it. The identity shift is that now I don't feel bad about slips. Like now it just feels like if I have a slip, it's just gonna make me more money. It's not like I want to keep having slips, you know, like letting this keep being a regular thing. But regardless, it's making me money, so it's not making me feel sucky about myself because I still did something, even though, you know, like I let the urge get me. I'm still doing better than I was before because I'm still growing financially, you know, and mentally. Yeah. I'm proud. All I am is that, like, I'm proud that I showed up still. Like, I'm proud that I'm still sitting here and I'm doing this. And, like, you know, I know this is what people, like, need to see. Like, failure, a lot of the times when, like, people get rich and, like, you watch, like, self-help things and stuff like that, you're seeing you're seeing all the success stories. You're not seeing all the people that failed by doing the same thing, you know? People need to be able to see that, like, you're gonna mess up, you're gonna fail, you're gonna flop, things are gonna happen, but that doesn't mean it's over. Like, that doesn't mean you're a failure and, like, you can't get anything right, you know? You're readjusting a whole system that, like, who knows how long you've been in this system for, you know what I mean? Like, you're recalibrating yourself, you're bringing yourself back to your normal baseline before you started smoking or before you started gambling or before you started, like, this can go into any, like, addiction that you may have, you know? Like, if you have sex, all right, I have an urge to have sex, I beat that urge though, so that's $5 that I get in the box, you know? Like, or like, I did have sex or I did something sexual, so now I have to put $20 in the box, but it doesn't make me feel bad because I'm still doing something good for myself at the end of the day, you know? That's pretty much what the bread loop is. It gives me way more self-trust and more discipline, but it's like calm discipline. It's not like violent. It's not like, oh, I have to make myself do 80,000 push-ups. You know, like, it's not that kind of thing. It's just like reevaluating and just putting money where you need it to go to be able to, like, fund your future, you know? And, like, this scales fast. Like, as you can see, I've already gotten $112 in only 4 days, and all I'm doing is just rerouting where the money goes. At this rate, if I'm doing it like this, let's say, I don't know, like, this has already made me, by the end of this week, it's only Tuesday, so by the end of this week, I'm gonna have close to like $200 in that box, you know what I mean? So if every week I'm doing $150 to $250 in the box from impulses, that means I'm getting $600 to $1,000 a month just from me rerouting my impulses back into me. The discipline, and honestly right now, the discipline is making me more money than my actual job is. Like, I didn't make $112 in a week in 4 days for my job. You know, I work 3 hours a week or 3 hours a day for 5 days a week, and I get $20 an hour. So that's $60 for a day, you know? $60 for a day times 5, and then 4 weeks in a month. That's 300 times, so that's about $1,200. But like with this, and plus like it's variable. Like the money box is variable. So I might have $28 in there this day, and I might have to put $40 in there this day, and I might have to, like it's variable, so it's not like a fixed income. You know what I mean? And a little mic drop moment. I'm not stopping the bad habits, for real. Like, I'm not stopping. Like, I'm not making myself quit anything cold turkey. I'm not doing anything through willpower. I'm literally just turning my bad habits into something that's gonna fund my future. I still have the bad habits. Shoot, I felt today. I felt like, like I might as well just go buy me a new vape, and then like we'll just start again next year. That's how I felt. But like I'm doing things to kind of counteract urges. I have gum in my mouth right now, so I can kind of get that oral fixation out the way. And then I have this little boom boom stick that I've been using to kind of get the cooling sensation, and I only used it once today. So like that's not becoming like a new addiction. That's just me using habit replacement, and then like when I don't need it anymore, or when like the urges really drop, I can just cut that off, because it's just gum and a boom boom stick. Like, it's not that serious. But yeah, so that's the bread loop. I pretty much accidentally made a money making machine. Like, I don't know. I built a money machine from bad habits on accident. Like, I really didn't mean to do this. I've just been sitting with myself for a little bit, and like really thinking about things, and like trying to really get myself together. And this is what came from it. So yeah. Comment if this helped you in any type of way. Maybe you can use this to apply to your addictions or your vices or whatever you feel like you can't beat. I promise you can. I'm working on it. I'm struggling with it, but I know I'm gonna beat this eventually. And I know that this is just my brain just integrating a new program. On a computer, it takes time for things to download, So we're just downloading a new way of thinking right now. And yeah, we're gonna get it together. But I'm gonna upload this video. I'm gonna finish getting ready for work. And then I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you for watching Video Diary Day 4. Keep the crumbs. We'll take the motherfucking bread. Love you, mean it.